everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Falcons. With that, let's get over to Atlanta as we welcome in our brand new broadcast pairing for 2016. I think you'll like them. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
In its final season now as an NFL stadium, there's a look inside the Georgia Dome in downtown Atlanta. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Defense showing blitz.
There we go now. Green, 39. Green.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Back to throw here. Catch made right side by Wilson. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Here's Coleman. And some room to maneuver. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tevin Coleman, 69 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And how nice is this? It's a welcome back for Jamal Charles. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Here with Blunt. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, 8.
Detroit! Detroit!
On the counter, it's Charles. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Throwing on third. Goff. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by T.J. Green, the rookie safety. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now a play fake here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Malcolm Smith may have entered the league without a lot of fanfare, but how about it culminating with an MVP award in the Super Bowl?
This is Coleman. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll run it with Coleman. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Wilson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
3 yards to go on 2nd down. They will run again with Coleman. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll set up a throw. That's caught at the 1. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tevin Coleman, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Prater on to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
Play action. It's Goff. On the move to his left. He's got Curse. And all the way down to the 35. A big play on third down for the Falcons. And even 40 yards. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a carry for Blunt. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Time to step aside. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. The throw on 2nd down is gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. No. Check. Patriot.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it off to Jamal Charles there. And it's 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And McManus able to put it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And not a whole lot to speak of. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position. they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Another pistol look here. They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Here's Goff now on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Third down, still 14 yards left. So the D-line's going to spread out. Third and long. It's gone. Going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by T.J. Green, the rookie safety. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. That'll bring up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's grabbed over the middle by White. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. It's a 4-receiver look to the right side. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll look to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's That's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
A nice pass breakup there by Patrick Peterson, who has the cornerback position figured out. And you can see it in his play. Obviously, 5 Pro Bowls tells us that he's a pretty darn good player, but even more so, the footwork, the physicality out on the corner, the ability to read patterns, and he makes plays on the football. And you know, if he gets his hands on it, he tends to take it the other way and maybe turn it into 6 points.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
All right, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. They come out here in the eye. Second half starts with a run by Jamal Charles. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On second down, here's Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dan. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
All right, now look at 56.
They begin the drive with Charles. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Leopard.
Here's Goff now on second down. Backing up. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Charles the lone setback. They're going to give it to him running right. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! No, check, Patriot!
To throw on 2nd down is Goff. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line now. They'll let Charles try and get him in. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
2nd down, the ball on the 2 here, 2nd and goal. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that. While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Goff going to keep it himself. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tevin Coleman with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to the air. Goff on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Play action. It's gone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Detroit!
Throwing on third. Goff. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
They're going to go for it. It's gone. Caught by Nelson left side. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Here we go. Green.
They go play action here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Goff on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Leopard. Gone.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. He's got Curse. 13 yards on the pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here.
Here we go. Gone.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Caught here by Conley. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He's got the hook up with Conley. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And quickly they get to the line.
No. Patriot. 319. Leopard. Gone. Detroit.
Again, Goff. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. They give him a gain of 38. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Watch it now, Barney. Here we go now. 319. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And McManus able to put it through. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's got Wilson, middle of the field. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Hurry up, here we go. Green,
the defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. They'll drop to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Deep drop. The grab made by Curse over the middle. A very solid gain of 27. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
No, check, Patriot.
Play action. It's Goff. Backing up. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Give him 18 yards on that one. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So the D-line's going to spread out, and now they're in the hurry-up.
They were full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing again is gone. He's going to let it fly, and that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Again, we'll see the pistol here. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going up top. And this one incomplete. Well, apparently taking a knee is not in vogue. They're not able to add another touchdown on. And now the ball game is over. Well, Charles, the Atlanta Falcons' final season in the